All right. Continuing on, segment 1 today. Now, this video is probably going to take a little while, so buckle on in, get ready, because we are going to go through the entire character creation process. And by the time we're done here, Heathen Dog is going to kind of have a character, because we're not doing a character sheet. He'll just have little notes or whatever, however he wants to do it, so we remember his roles. But we're going to show you the process of creating a character. And my understanding is there are a couple different ways of doing this, and there's even an online thing, but we're going to do it the random way per the book.
Atkins approved.
There you go. Yeah. If you want to do the selections or you want to use the online tool, go for it. But for me, and this is where I'm in the camp of Crafty. Let's get this off the screen for a moment because I know this goes on the Discord. I'm in the camp of Crafty, which says, hey, there's an online tool out there to ease your character creation process. Use it. Absolutely. But after you've done it manually a couple of times.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. I thought I was going to have to virtually smack you in the face. No, your very first character should be done the slowpoke way. Should be done with a book, with a game master, and writing everything by hand. Should be done just so you get the entire experience. And that's important. Not like, oh, you make me do it slow because you're just punishing me. No. If you do it the slow way first, you'll more easily pick up nuances that may not be apparent if you let a program do all the maths for you.
Exactly. And if it's a one shot or something, I guess I can understand that.
Convention level type stuff where you're just given a character and said go. That's different.
Yeah, at that point, don't even make it. Just hand the character to somebody. Yeah. All right. So of course, once again, and this might come into play today. So let's quickly go through this. We believe that role-playing games should take place in fantastic worlds, and that the focus of the game should be on role-playing and having a good time, and not worrying about beating up those dirty pigs, or what were they, Native Americans. The core values of #RPGate and any good tabletop group are escapism, not representation, entertainment over activism, and natural, organic inclusion, not forced diversity. Does this game have Vikings? They better not make fun of my Vikings. My Vikings better be serious. And not just weird battle ragers that club people on the head constantly, take their gold and their women and. Oh, wait,
well, to be fair, from the outside, that might be what they seem like because there aren't a whole lot of survivors.
Not every Viking had a dragon head ship. Come on now. But it's not fun without it.
Everyone we saw when they came and raided our village, burned it to the ground. We didn't see the touchy-feely Vikings.
Or if we did, it was from afar. All right. Anyway, the charity we support is the Wounded Warrior Project, a national nonpartisan organization whose mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Please refer to the description below for the link to where you can make your hopefully tax-deductible donation. And of course, join us Thursdays and Saturday evenings on twitch.tv/legionofmyth to watch Heathen Dog and his team of dirty casuals, dirty casuals, play multiplayer games for your mockery and enjoyment. Apparently, I am now a dirty casual.
Yep.
Weird. But I'm like the National Guard of dirty casuals. I'm only there on the weekend.
Fair.
Here on your YouTube channel, or here on our YouTube channel, not yours, mine, this one. You can watch these game-related segments live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, or check out the Friday night show stream where our panel of guests opine, comment, editorialize on the TTRPG hobby as a whole. And again, this is not a concise step-by-step tutorial. We are a live stream, and we're talking with chat. Heathen Dog might even remember to star 1 or 2 this time.
I just did.
Okay, good. I got a sloth blame, man. Sloth blame. And of course, we're going to have some fun with this. So please, like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring.
All right. You know what?
What's up?
I have a recommendation for this character generation process. And since I'm the character, I'm going with it. I'm going pure, just barbarian, in your face, wreck you, take your woman nonsense. That's what I'm doing.
But what if you roll up nerd?
Then he was stillborn.
Okay. Well, we're still going to complete the process. And then when the process is over, he was indentured into slavery. And then later on, you'll meet him as he leveled up as a barbarian, kind of like Conan, right?
Yeah. Like you put 10 years in the wheel of pain. Guess what?
Exactly.
You get buff or you get dead. Either one.
Okay, let's see if do these links work? Oh, it looks like they do. Great. Let's start with characters. All right, it's a 10-step process. Just in case you care. I don't remember how many steps the Mutant Chronicles one is, and I did skim through this finally. Pretty late last night, and it is a bit different than the Mutant Chronicles one, but it ultimately ends up in generally the same place.
Okay.
So, we're not talking about Mutant Chronicles. We are talking about Conan. So, steps in creating character. There are 10 steps used in the process of generating a new player character. Each character is made up of 4 component parts: attributes, skills, talents, and equipment. Those sound familiar to you from what we did before?
Oh, yeah.
And each of these is described in the pages that follow. Each stage of the character creation process will increase one or more of these aspects.
Sure.
All of these aspects are cumulative, and as players work through the different steps of the character creation process, the results for each step are added onto the character. That's what cumulative means: being created, improving and enhancing the existing traits. All right.
Sure.
So, a couple things to note. This game has an interesting, not limiter. We'll call it feature. An interesting feature if you have attributes higher than 12.
Oh, Crafty has something to say here. Before character creation, please look up at page 204, Hyborian shorthand. It is important for the homeland step. Being step 1.
Oh, that's not 204 at all. 190. Wow, that's way off. 197. So what is it, like 210? Somewhere. Oh God, not yeah. Whatever. No, 2 1. Okay. Hyborian shorthand.
Right,
Hyborian age may seem familiar to modern readers because it's based partly on the real world. Yada yada. Well, I don't care about this, the culture side of it, because it's going to tell us about that anyway. When you do your character.
Oh no. It tells you what your homeland is equivalent to. Like Stygia is equivalent to ancient Egypt. Zamora is equivalent to Persia, especially Baghdad.
All right. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't care. Because I get what but if you need something to relate it to, yeah, that makes sense. For me, you'll see, because it's very similar to Mutant Chronicles, where it's like when you pick certain aspects of it, it helps build that into your character anyway. Mm-hmm. Like if you remember Mutant Chronicles, when you picked, I forget what it was, basically your homeland, it said you get these starting abilities and why.
Yep. So, and that is common in 2D20 games. I saw that in Mutant Chronicles. I saw it in Star Trek Adventures.
Dune?
I didn't make a character in Dune.
Oh, okay. Wow, thank you. So my wife just brought me food. No, I get what you're saying, Crafty, and I understand here. For me, I guess for the purposes of game purposes, it's not that big of a deal. But
mechanic purposes, it's not that. But in actual role playing, this is actually good. Yep. So you know your the cultural background of your character. You can start him off acting in a certain way, and experience obviously changes people through time. But in the beginning of the game, you're going to be culturally connected to your homeland.
I just completely changed my idea on that. Iranistan.
Nice.
I'm in. Now I'm all on board. And by the way, Kitai is how you say China in most languages, or in a lot of languages, I should say. So, all right, let's go.
In the language of The Last Starfighter, it means come here. Kita.
Well, this is Kitai.
Or follow me.
There we go. All right. So we can come back to this page 211 here. If we need to, we can come back to this and try to figure out what you are. I mean, I wasn't trying to dismiss it like, oh, who cares about that? It's just for the purpose of what we're doing.
All right, homeland. Where am I from?
Right. So the various kingdoms, countries, and did we thank him for the super chat? I know he read it.
Thank you, Crafty, for the super chat. I appreciate it.
There we go. Various kingdoms, countries, and regions of the Hyborian world. I've got to make sure I don't say Hyperborean because I'm so used to doing that from from Astonishing Swordsman Sorcerer Hyperborean. Are described in Chapter 8, the Hyborian world. Well, probably where Crafty just sent us, I'm guessing. Roll 2d20 and add the result together. Hold on, don't roll yet.
Not rolling.
Or have the players pick the desired result. No, we're not picking anything today because we want it to just move on. In some cases, the game master may wish to guide or influence homelands or restrict them if they're unsuitable. That's
fair because I'm sure because there are real world equivalent backgrounds to these homelands that people from two specific homelands are not going to get along, and they would not group together because they would try and kill each other at every opportunity. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Also,
so that's understandable.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's not probable. And you know me, plausibility and probability is way more important than possibility. How are you going to have somebody from Iranistan with somebody from Hyperborea, so Russia, and somebody with from the Caribbean? I mean, can it be done? Absolutely, but it's kind of a little bit of a leap of faith there. And how are you exploring the world when you're like that? It's more fun to start in one spot and then explore the world and see what's out there if you all come from the same area or similar areas. But once a character's homeland has been determined, players are encouraged to read the relevant section for more information. Yeah, we're not going to do that today, though. The selection of a character's starting homeland grants a talent to the character.
Sure.
So right off the bat, you get excuse me. And each character can speak the language of his homeland.
Makes sense.
All right. For cases where more than one language is provided, the player must pick one of the languages the character knows. What's going to be interesting is, oh my God, I think I was too tired last night, but it's in the next section, so we'll get to it. There's going to be something that comes up that maybe I'm going to need Crafty's help on. So go ahead and roll your 2d20.
All right. Add them together. It's 15.
15. Border Kingdom. Page 252. And we'll find out what a border kingdom is in a little bit. So your talent is strife.
It doesn't sound great.
And your language is Nemedian or Hyperborean, which the only one I know there is Russian. I mean, Hyperborean would be Russian. Okay. So let's go back to Crafty's 220 for a second here. Or what page was that really on? Is that?
Well, 211 for you.
Yeah, 211. That's right. 211. Hold on, gotta wait for it to get there. Okay, you're a border kingdom. Hey, why is border kingdom? Baltic countries such as Estonia or Latvia. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, Eastern European. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. Now I know.
Oh my God. Okay, so now you got strife, and what was the other one? And you get to pick one of these two languages.
Right. Probably Nemedian.
Okay.
Be a little different, and we will figure out what the talent strife does. It doesn't sound great.
It's right here. As soon as I find it. Yep.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
With fractious nobles and near constant civil war, it pays to be attentive. Each day, when in your homeland, that's not a big area. No. You can make a simple DOO. So that's difficulty 0.
Lore test.
Difficulty 0. That means you don't roll. Oh, that's right. Crafty's going to spaz out in chat saying, no, you roll because you get momentum and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Each point of momentum gives you a general idea as to whether there will be a major disturbance that day.
Oh, kind of like feel it in the wind. Like, oh no, I saw the border guards yesterday and they were sharpening their weapons. And whenever they do that, they always go into combat and they're probably going to raid the fields today. Shit. All right, fine. Get ready for that.
So while matters can take a turn at any point, and this doesn't account for your actions of you or your allies, this test should provide accurate, if non-specific, information about the general feel of a region.
Okay.
I like this. I actually like that ability because it's not like some sort of augury.
Homeland. I don't like that. I mean, people are people. It's been proven that people are the same everywhere. Their basic needs, basic emotional states, all that stuff is pretty much the same. And you should be able to get a feel for a place just by, watching the people for a minute. I think, yeah. I mean, I would have to know how powerful that ability is in a game, in this game particularly, if that would be OP or not. Because on the surface, I agree with you. Think of it more of like a psychology thing. Like, I can read people. Maybe I have to learn the mores and nuances of people from a different land. Well, that's the thing. Reading body language is not culturally specific. Humans have certain body languages, for anxiety, for happiness, for sadness, that go across cultural.
Yeah.
So you should be able to read that unconsciously because you grew up having to read all of these cues to stay alive day after day. You do it subconsciously now. That's why it's a difficulty 0 roll, because you don't even really think about it.
Yeah, and it's just a general feel of the region. I think you might even be because I was going to nuance it even more, but after reading that there, I think it actually more like is I see the way the birds are flying and the clouds are coming in, and I can smell the air. I
You
agree.
can explain it how you want, but you're reading body language from the people around you.
I think it goes deeper than that. Let's see what Crafty says. Or I'm sorry, more, not deeper than that. I think it's more obtuse than that. Like you can feel what's going on even if there aren't people around.
No, that sounds more like magic. I don't like that.
All right. So, Crafty, is it more like magic or is it more like psychology? There you go. All right. So that's what the strife is.
Okay.
Now, attributes. Very similar to Mutant Chronicles. Pardon me for continuing to relate it to that, but that's what gets my mind back on track. Everything starts at a 7, and as before, you can raise one to an 8 to drop another to a 6. We're not going to do that here. Again, we're going to keep things simple for the purposes of making this. Now, furthermore, non-human. I'm sorry. Was it here? For humans, most attributes range from 6 to 12, with 8 representing an average rating. Don't worry about it. They're all going to go up through the course of this process. It is possible for human attribute ratings below 6 to reflect particularly inept, weak, or poor attributes. Additionally, humanity has descended from prior heights of development, and some human attributes may have ratings above 12 to reflect an ancient bloodline, and that's going to be the fun thing. If you get above a 12, you'll have an ancient bloodline. And depending on what you're doing, I would say it's mostly good, but there are caveats to that. Okay.
What are the attributes?
Attributes are awareness, over here, perception, sense of acuity across all 5 of the key senses, vision, hearing, yada, yada. Okay. Brawn, that's your strength.
Love it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. Brawn is a might, endurance, toughness, and physical force you can exert, so it's both strength and constitution.
Sure.
That's different than Mutant Chronicles, isn't it? Because that had physique and strength, yeah. Coordination. This is basically hand-eye coordination, aim, so it's your dexterity.
Actually, it's wit, intellect, and combination of studies and cunning learned on the streets. Okay, so this is more. Oh no, I was reading it. I'm sorry.
You're reading the wrong one.
Hand-eye coordination, aim, and ability to navigate within one's surroundings, both physically and mentally. Coordination governs the parry, ranged weapons, and sailing skills. Okay, so
it's dexterity and
both
agility,
hand-eye coordination, and trained memory, like kind of a little bit like muscle memory.
Intelligence of measure, as he said, your wit, intellect, and a combination of studies and cunnings learned on the street. Craft, healing, linguistics, and lore. Personalities, your measure is a measure of your charisma, ease of social interaction, the ability to be charming or deceptive as needed.
Sure.
Animal handling, command, counsel, persuade. I've never understood, I think because there's really no other place you can put it, I've just never understood animal handling under somebody's personality. Like in any game ever. But that's me. Willpower, a person's force of will and mental resolve. The willpower attribute governs discipline and sorcery. Equally as important, willpower determines your resolve capacity. I wonder if that's going to be like
sanity that prevents mental trauma. Okay.
What was that in Mutant Chronicles? If that's not Doom, what the hell was it called? Dread.
Yeah.
That's like Dread. All characters begin with 7, and as we said before. Now, we don't want to do that. Okay. The designated attribute aspects are applied to the character's attributes, so you start with 7s. Players should roll, here we go, twice on the table, so the characters gain 2 attribute aspects, and this is where things get a little weird, but only if you roll the same thing twice.
Okay.
So don't roll the same thing twice. Here's the chart.
I don't know.
Well, don't do it.
Well, I can't help it. 20.
Okay, wow. Warrior born.
Nice.
Okay. We'll come back to that one. Roll it again.
25.
Oh wait, is it just 1d20? Oh, I think is that it's just supposed to be 1d20?
Okay.
Yeah, usually it's 2. Hold on, I think
is it just 1d20?
Players should roll twice on this table. Yeah, it looks like it's just 1d20. Okay. My bad.
Next
one. What was your first roll?
I got another 20. Natural 20.
Well, what was your first roll though?
It was
you had 2 dice with that. An 8 and a 12?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, he came up to 20. So you'd have eagle-eyed and then socially
Warrior
adept.
Born. No. I don't. No. Taking one of those dice where I got eagle-eyed and I rolled a natural 20 on the next time. So warrior born.
I'm the game master. You don't say no. That's fine. So eagle-eyed and warrior born. You're a ranger. All right. So now you have mandatory attribute, 2 of them, which we'll get to in a moment, and then optional attributes. And this is where I was a little confused because it was late and I was trying to read this. So let's scroll up and let's read.
First, we got Weird Guy with a $10 donation. Thank you, Weird Guy. As a farm kid, I get charisma equals good with animals. They're alive. They have their own wants and needs. You need to be good with that, or they will run over you and someone gets hurt. That's fair.
No,
that's fair.
No, not at all. But thank you for the $10. No, because I know people in this world who are like the worst, most despicable human beings on the planet, have no charisma whatsoever, can't lie to save their lives, couldn't haggle their way out of a paper bag, but are great with animals. I'm not saying that there is a better one necessarily. I could make an argument for willpower, domination over animals. Or some people feel that. I don't think that that's necessarily the perfect stat either. But in a game with 7 attributes, there really isn't one better, to be fair. Right. Charisma's probably got to be where it is. So, all right. So the player selects a best and worst attribute from amongst all 4 of the mandatory attributes. So let's again.
What are the mandatory attributes? We have let's see, eagle-eyed, awareness, awareness, coordination, intelligence.
Nope. Those are optional.
Okay. Oh, right.
So optional. Awareness,
coordination, and awareness and brawn.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm going awareness and brawn.
Well, hold on. So you have 4 of them, 2 of which are the same, which sucks. God damn it. I didn't want anything to be the same. That makes it a little more difficult. So the best attribute increases by +3. The worst increases by +1. So pick one of these to be your best.
Brawn.
Okay. So brawn is your best. So that's now plus. So that went from a 7 to a 10.
Yep.
And then what are you going to pick to be your worst? Awareness, coordination. Okay. So you want awareness to be your worst.
So it only gets +1.
For now.
Okay.
Okay. All other mandatory attributes increase by +2.
Sure.
A character can have the same mandatory attribute aspect twice, but cannot choose the same aspect as best and worst.
I didn't, so we're good.
Right. So now you had awareness. Yeah, so you get +4 to that. Because +2. At least I think you do. It seems like you do.
All the mandatory attributes increase. All other mandatory attributes are increased by +2. No, the worst was awareness increases by +1, and then all other mandatory attributes.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I know.
I can't raise awareness because it's already a worst. Worst and best are chosen, taken out, and all other mandatory attributes are considered. So my coordination goes up by 2.
See,
so I
have a
awareness
problem
and brawn, so my coordination is the one that goes up by 2.
So I have Crafty says the bonus is stacked. That's what I thought, because otherwise the player gets screwed. And this is what I was thinking last night. The player gets screwed if you roll the same thing twice. What, you can't raise it twice, but you over there get to raise 4 different attributes? That doesn't make sense. That was my take on it. I understand how you're reading it. That's why it was like after midnight last night, and I was struggling with that as well. But I'm with Crafty on this one, that
it doesn't seem to read that way, though.
Well, I mean, it does to me. I consider these as separate. These aren't the same. It says the same word, but they're separate instances of it. That's the way I see it. So your brawn would be +3, awareness would be +2, +1 because you said worst, and then coordination would be +2.
Yeah.
So it'd be 3, 3, 2. Because otherwise, if you had, say, brave and foolhardy, you'd have agility and willpower. Then you would have a 3, 2, 2, 1, and you'd actually have more attribute points.
Not everyone's made the same, man.
In Modiphius, they are, unfortunately.
I can roll with that. Crafty says he double-checked this with an online character builder, and that is how the AI does it. Heathen Dog, you get a +1 for worse, and then another +2 for being other mandatory. Okay, well, they should have worded it differently, because by the English language, you don't get the extra +2.
But see, I disagree only because I see it as other instances of. But they could have also been clear. As a technical writer, I would say be more clear about that in your writing.
Yeah. All right, so my awareness is +3, my brawn is +3, so those 2 are 10. My coordination gets a +2, so that's at 7, 8, 9.
Yep. There you go.
And there we go.
That's it. Yep. So now next, optional attributes improve the chosen attribute by +1. So let's see what your optional attributes are. So you had eagle-eyed.
Intelligence is
Intelligence.
now at an 8.
And personality.
And personality is now at an 8. And for Warrior Born,
agility
it is agility and coordination. Oh, my coordination is now 11.
Nice.
And my agility is 8. Okay.
There you go.
So
we make sure we don't have anything else out of here. So mandatory attributes, 4 attributes are determined as mandatory. Same results rolled. Pick, then only 2 attributes are mandatory. Okay, whatever. 1 mandatory attribute is assigned as best. The other is the worst. Attribute +3, +1. Other mandatory attributes are increased by +2 each. Any of these attributes are the same. The bonuses are still. Oh, it's right there.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. It said it correctly there. All right.
Optional attributes. One attribute is picked from the only one.
Oh, one of the 2 options. Okay. Well, then obviously I'll take coordination and coordination from the eagle eye. Wait.
You had intelligence and personality for the other one. You had intelligence and personality with eagle eye.
Personality and coordination. Okay. Those are the 2 I'm picking.
And you know what?
I want my coordination to be 11.
Sounds good. Going back to Mutant Chronicles, that makes sense because you had a lot of them where you just picked. So
yep,
that does make sense to me. Okay. Yeah, that was the part that when I was looking through the character side of it, I was like,
Crafty corrected us as we corrected ourselves. You only choose one.
We'll get it. Calm down. All right. So this is the example character. I don't care. Step 3, cast.
All right.
Cast is a social class from which the character is born or has emerged. Generally, this will have been the character's class since birth, though occasionally nobles are enslaved as barbarians become kings and queens. We saw that in the movie, right?
Sure.
So where's it say? Cast-based story will determine the character's character trait. So 22, got it. Note that even though members of some castes are expected to possess wealth, caste does not determine wealth. Wealth must be acquired through separate means. Okay. Caste also determines social standing, which can impact a range of social. Okay, based on your character's homeland, go to step 1 homeland. You may choose to ignore whatever. Where's this chart?
Roll? There it is. Now 1d20. Rolling the 1d20. I got 5.
Farmer.
I was a farmer.
That's right. Hey, the best heroes are off the farm, right?
Yeah, exactly. All the stories, the little farm boy does good. So I'm happy with that.
So, cast talents are homesteader, subject. Now let's see if you get those or if you pick one. It's description. It doesn't say there.
Well, you have to go to farmer. The actual scroll down and go to farmer. It should tell you.
It should tell me up here.
It won't.
You're probably right. Skills will describe. Here we go. Cast grant 2 cast talents, 1 skill, and a story. Unlike most talents, cast talents are not part of a regular talent tree and are instead based on years of prior learning. As such, they're seldom available after character creation. Oh, that's good to know.
That makes sense. You know, I'm not going to practice being a farmer after I learn how to use a sword and split people's skulls open. I'm going to practice that.
Wow. The skill gained adds 1 expertise and 1 focus to the skill.
Nice.
The thing that I like about this is we're saying wow. Why are we saying wow? Because we did Mutant Chronicles in the past. You know what I'm also saying wow about? Hey, good job of having this in the game and nobody knows what the hell that means yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they didn't explain what skill expertise or skill focus is.
Right. So anyway, that is pretty cool though. And since we know what it is, and we'll talk about it in the rules in a future video, but that is pretty cool that you get that right out of the gate. So what were yours again? So you got homesteader and subject.
Homesteader and subject.
That was for the talent.
The craft and the talent. And then the skill is
animal handling. So you're a ranger, dude. Mm-hmm. And your story is page 23 and your social standing is 1.
Well, better than 0.
So it's the animal handling specifically that gets the 1 expertise, 1 focus.
Right.
All right. So page 23, farmer. Born to the field,
you learned your parents' lesson well. One day, though, the time came when you had to face the open road. Perhaps your farm was razed to the ground or suffered a blight, or you simply sought a life other than that of a farmer. Whether your memory is filled with regrets or swimming with excitement, you feel a connection to the soil and to those who work to reap its bounty.
Okay, pretty generic.
My talents are homesteader and subject. Subject sounds like I'm really good at taking orders. I don't like that.
Cast talents.
Oh,
Here we go.
There we go. Okay.
Homesteader. You'll take the wide vistas of crops and fields over the cramped, stinking confines of a city any day. Again, Ranger. So long as you're in your homeland, once again, you're tied to your homeland. You reduce the difficulty of survival tests by 1.
Nice.
This may reduce tests to a simple difficulty 0.
Outstanding.
So you can sniff what's on the air and survive. What's the other one? Homesteader, what was the other one?
Just subject.
Okay.
Which scares me a little bit.
Got to look at the Aragorn art right there. Subject.
Subject. There you go.
You are a subject in good standing to a lord or king.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, while subject to the laws, the taxes you face are much less than the more expensive taxes others experience. Oh, you little brown noser.
I get a discount.
Whenever you pay upkeep within your homeland, you can reduce the amount of gold the upkeep costs by 1.
Oh, so this is actually a tax shelter for building up my homeland.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Tax shelter. Got it. Weird guy gave $5 more. Thank you, weird guy. This is why real world Vikings exist. They ran out of farmland and sought alternate means for survival. I'm sure that's part of it. The other part of it is like, I feel like I want to kill somebody and I don't want to kill my friends because, I have no friends left. Let's go kill other people.
You could take that to a darker, you know what? We're running out of food here. Why don't you go there and have a few of you die? I mean, go get some food.
There you go.
Step 4, story. Based on your character's cast, these suggest background elements and ask questions that the player can answer. The player can choose to leave the questions unanswered as desired.
Okay.
Traits are elements of your character's background that you can evoke in play, potentially regaining some spent fortune points. Again, I'm pretty sure those are like Chronicle points. These vital resources are described more fully in Chapter 9, Game Mastering, which I am going to cover at the same time that we go over the basic rules. I saw the way this book was separated, and it was annoying in that regard for the purpose of presenting it to you folks. So Game Mastering and rules are going to be done at the same time, and I think that's next week.
Okay.
All right, so
crafter stories. Okay.
Well, you're not a crafter.
Oh, well, I want farmer stories.
Yeah, we have to find what page your farmer stuff is on. Escape, surf, farmer stories. There we go. All right, go ahead and roll your story.
It is 10.
You got winter in the balance, and your trait is vengeance.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Winter is coming.
Winter in the balance.
I know, we're about to find out.
I want to know.
It was a struggle every year. Yeah. The Lord took plenty for his knights, leaving little for the common folk.
Yep.
Sometimes you ate, while other times you simply drank snow water and slept as the wolves howled. You remember no beauty in that bleak place, only the torments of the thieving knights. One knight in particular took pleasure in the hardship he inflicted. If you meet him again, will you take revenge? Why?
Yes, I will, because he despoiled my mother in front of my father and broke his brain, and he became a weak man that I no longer respect.
Yeah, but you have less taxes to pay.
Which is why I left the farm, learned how to fight so I can come back and fix it by murdering folk, because that's the best way to fix things.
And paid less taxes. How does that work?
Well, I'm still in good standing until I murder all the knights.
Okay. So what was your oh wait, that's herder stories. I don't want herder stories. Yeah, yeah, vengeance. We need to where's vengeance in here?
I don't know.
Where traits?
I don't know where traits are.
Oh.
Maybe it's after stories.
Oh my god, lots of stories.
Lots of stories, yes.
Which is cool, don't get me wrong, but I want to find traits. Nope, there aren't. Uh-oh. All right, that's page 36. We got to find vengeance. Maybe it's up above where those other traits were. Maybe. What do you think?
I have no idea.
I didn't look this deeply yesterday. Crafters, merchant, petty nobility, priesthood, embittered, homestead. Nope. Oh, here we go. That says traits. Vagabond. Not quite. No, there. Okay. We'll have to find it. Let's do a search. Is there an index?
Probably. One would hope.
Yeah.
Saying probably nowadays is a recipe for disaster. So one would hope is probably a better.
I'm waiting for my computer to catch up. Sorry. Can you do it now? Nope. Still can't scroll. Oh, wait, it tried. There. Oh. Oh my God. Hey, look at that screaming chick.
Screaming into the void. Yep. Seems legit.
There we go. Now I can scroll. Back. Okay, character sheet. Just want to find vengeance.
There we go.
All right. V.
It'll be under what? Traits?
Traits, yeah. So TRAI.
No, it's only talents.
Yeah. Over character. Character traits. CH. Characters of renown.
Crafty, if you know, let us know.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's at work right now. Additions, nope. Well, we'll just have to remember that you have vengeance. I could always do this, though.
And, you know, I can give it. If you can't find it, I'll just make it up.
Well, I have one more. I can control F it if I can remember how to spell vengeance. VENGEANCE. There are multiple instances of the word vengeance. Go figure. It's Conan.
No kidding. Really? It's Conan. Really?
Yep. That's what vengeance. Lots of vengeance. Oh. We're coming to the end.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If we don't find it, that's fine. And I'm going to go with Weird Guy's suggestion that vengeance against the knights of my homeland. That's what I'm going to choose. I will get a bonus D20 when fighting a knight of my homeland because they raped my mother and broke my father and drove us from our land.
Crafty's trying to get us kicked off of YouTube.
Why?
I don't know. Where's page 26?
That is a really good cinematic axe throw picture.
Oh, I forgot that this book is like 9 pages ahead of 26. That's not 26. 24. 5.
Hey, sacrifice. I love it. Ritual sacrifice is my bag.
To the snake?
To whatever. I don't care. Blood makes the gods happy. I'll give it to them.
Sucks that it's got to be a virgin sacrifice.
Well, no one said virgin sacrifice in this picture. I don't see that. do you see that? I don't see that.
I don't see that. All right, let's move on here because it's taking a while, and we got a lot to do still.
Step 5 archetype.
Crap. Okay.
There we go.
Well, the 10 archetypes presented here, only a sample of the many and varied types possible. They are the most representative of the types of characters encountered on the open roads and in the dim-lit taverns seeking adventure. Okay. You pick note, we're rolling. So go ahead and roll your D20.
All right. And 10.
Nomad.
Sounds good. I was driven from my farm, right? So there we go. Nomad sounds good.
Okay. As discussed in creating character, attributes are determined there, archetypes, yada, yada. Got it. Okay. Each archetype grants the character a total of 7 skills.
Okay.
The first of these is a career skill, which grants the character 2 skill focus and 2 skill expertise. Holy balls, really dude. Like this game starts your characters off much tougher than the Mutant Chronicles.
Oh, yeah,
ones.
pretty OP comparatively.
at least in individual skills.
Yeah.
Additionally, the character gains a talent associated with the skill. So you start off with talent. Maybe it doesn't, because actually you built a lot of this in those characters too. But 4 of these 7 skills are mandatory for each archetype. And the last 2 are elective, chosen from a short list.
Okay.
Each mandatory and elective skill grants the character an increase of 1 skill focus and 1 expertise. So we start off, the first of these is the career skill. So 1 career skill, which grants characters +2/+2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gain a talent associated with that. Then 4 of the 7 skills are mandatory.
Okay.
And then
you get a short list to pick 2.
Yeah, we'll come back to this. We'll do it one at a time.
Okay, career skill.
So career skill, let's see what Nomad says. I got to remember this page. This is page 36. So variant, I'm guessing this in alphabetical order.
Noble warrior, close.
And
Nomad. There we are. Career skill, +2 and animal handling. Oh, I already got that. I already got an extra. Oh, it's additive. So it's actually +3/+3 or
Dude,
+4/+4
you
now.
are such a ranger.
I know, right? Career talent, born in the saddle. That sounds like fighting from a saddle. That's pretty good. Mandatory skills, +1 expertise and +1 focus to acrobatics, athletics, parry, and survival. Man, I can survive out in the wilderness like no one's business.
Mm-hmm.
Elective skills, +1 expertise and focus to 2 of the following skills: melee, ranged weapons, or stealth. I'm gonna go melee and ranged weapons because I'm gonna lean into the ranger idea.
Okay, interesting. I would have gone stealth in that regard, but
No,
but it makes sense.
I'm not worried about hiding from people. I'm worried about killing them.
Okay. And your equipment, choice of 3 weapons or extra reloads. Wow.
Sure.
Choice of either heavy clothing or a male shirt.
Probably heavy clothing.
Yeah, it'd make more sense for a nomad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A horse and a mule.
Sweet.
Good luck. Animal handler's kit and 3 rewards.
What's a reward?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's like an asset from. This does not look like you at all.
No. I went a completely different way.
You did. Let's make sure that we didn't miss anything else up here, but that looks like it's everything. Additional equipment listed. Each archetype assume that each character has a basic suit of clothing appropriate to the culture and cast, and traveling kit of some sort containing whatever personal effects are needed for basic survival, grooming, and personal upkeep. Okay.
Sure.
Riding transport. Got that. Yeah.
I got a horse and a mule. I'm good.
Okay, so looks like you got everything. Again, we're doing this quickly just so you guys can see the process. If we accidentally screwed something up or didn't think something through completely, that's fine. You can make your own character. Jeez. How many characters are there? All right. Are we done? Okay. Step 6, nature. Well, archetype tells you what your character does. Nature tells you how and why your character might choose to act a certain way. Oh, okay. I'm incorporating something like this into my game. Dix, you stole it from me.
Okay.
To determine
are we doing are we doing a 1d20 or 2? It looks like 1. Okay.
Let's take 1, yeah.
13.
Oh, hold on. Oh. Yeah, either pick one that plays the primary bonus from nature is +1. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was going to be a bonus to the roll. So sneaky. See, I was right with this whole stealth thing, wasn't
I guess you were right. Might have to rethink the whole stealth focus.
Now you could pick theoretically. The game has to be like, it makes more sense.
I would pick wrathful.
Okay. Well, the primary bonus from the nature is +1 bonus to one of the character's attributes specified by the nature chosen. So let's see what sneaky says. I'm guessing it's gonna be coordination.
Probably.
How's all that? Curious. Scroll over to the side. Thank you. Learned. Supportive. There's your wrathful.
There it is. +1 to brawn. I like that. Sneaky.
+1 to awareness. Okay. Well, that's a total of +4 now, right?
Yep. +1 expertise and +1 focus to observation, stealth, and thievery. Yeah.
You're kind of turning out to be a jack of all trades, though.
A little bit. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna stay away from stealth and get it here because I want my melee and ranged skills. I want that.
So you're going to go, oh no, it's to all of those. It's not just 2 of them. Okay.
It's not just 2 of them. It's all of them. And elective skills, +1 expertise and +1 focus to 2 of the following skills: acrobatics, athletics, and survival. I've already got survival, so I'll get that more. And I've already got acrobatics, so I'll get that more.
Okay. Surprise. I thought you were going to go with athletics.
No, no, I'm pretty athletic already. I'm pretty good with that.
Okay. Yeah. You want to see what your wrathful would have been?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, please.
+1 brawn makes sense. +1 expertise and focus to melee, ranged weapons, and resistance. I like all that.
Yeah.
Elective skills, 2 of the following: acrobatics, discipline, or parry. I would take discipline and parry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And 1 talent. Oh, did we get your talent?
No, we didn't get a talent. I didn't get a talent.
I'm guessing saying the same thing
with the sneakiness.
Any of the above skills. Wow. Yes. So it doesn't just have to be a mandatory skill.
Observation, stealth, thievery, acrobatics, athletics, or survival.
Yeah.
A talent associated with any of those skills.
Which one are you going to put it in? So we'll get to the talents later.
Jesus, probably survival, I would imagine, but it could be stealth. I don't know. I'd have to see.
Have to see the talents. No problem.
Yeah, I'd have to see them.
We're not going to look at those right now, but that's what, your second talent or your third talent?
What is?
Total. Because you got a talent earlier, didn't you? Or did you get 2 talents earlier?
I got skills earlier. I don't remember getting talents.
I thought your background, whatever it was, your homeland gave you a talent.
Crafty says, just write down that you want to put a talent in a skill and then look at chapter 2 later. Okay.
Yeah, I could have sworn that your background gave you 1 or 2, but okay. So that was nature. Make sure we did everything with nature. Improve your attribute. Oh, plus you added your +1 to your attribute. Yep. You got your mandatory skills. Do you have any attributes right now that are 13 or higher?
No, I got a 12. My coordination is 12.
Okay. Education. Nature of education varies tremendously across the countries of the Hyborian Age. Literacy is rare, and most of what is learned comes from at the steep price of experience. Okay.
Well, I don't want that.
You don't want experience?
I don't need to read.
Okay.
Reading has nothing to do with killing folk.
Education. Oh, you can roll again.
It's another D20. All right. It is 17.
Oh, I was hoping for a 1. God, I was so hoping for a 1 against your parents' will. But no, it's just traditional education.
Okay, I can dig it.
Kind of boring here, you know.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm all about killing.
Traditional.
Don't need special anything besides being able to count to 1, 2, 3 lots. That's all I care about.
He's one step above a gully dwarf because he can go to 3. Okay, boom. Yours was an unremarkable education. Perhaps thankfully, you're either trained in the family trade, apprenticed to a mostly benevolent master, or tutored without overmuch drama. As such, your education was well-rounded, if not the most inspired. Looking back, you feel blessed. All right, mandatory skills, +1 expertise and focus to animal handling.
Again, craft, Jesus, man.
And your character's career
skill, which is isn't that the animal handling?
Yeah, I thought so.
Shit. I'm really good at animal handling.
Wait. I will have to look that up. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, because right now I should have like a +5 in both. Got so many bonuses to animal handling. It's crazy.
I forget what the career skill is. But we'll get back to that after we get these numbers. Elective skills, +1 expertise and focus to 2 of the following skills: melee, parry, and a random career skill. Roll on the archetype page. Okay, so we'll go back to page 29.
The following. Yep. I don't need to choose a random career skill. I can just pick melee and parry, which I will.
There you go.
1 talent associated with any of the above skills.
So that's another talent.
Another talent. Yep.
And choose one of the following: a heavy cape, crafting tools, or a melee weapon. You already got what, three weapons, right?
Yeah, I've already got 3 weapons, so.
But maybe 4?
Crafting tools. Is anyone going to write this character down? No, not really. No.
This is just an example. This is more of a process thing to show you what you go through at the process. We're not actually concerned about accuracy. We can make a whole other video on exactly how to make a character in the future if that's necessary. Remember, our whole point with doing deep dives and read-throughs is to read through what the game's giving you and just kind of showing you how it works, showing us how it works. We're kind of learning along with you. So it's not about being perfectly accurate in this case.
Step 8, war story. Oh, sweet.
War is a constant throughout the Hyborian kingdoms. Yada, yada. Okay.
All right, what do we got?
Select a war. Okay, roll again. D20.
Another D20. It is 8.
Gain the favor of a local noble. Well, that. Now we know how you got your tax break.
There you go.
+1 expertise and focus to persuade and society. You are a jack of all trades.
I am. I'm kind of smattered everywhere here.
You are worldly. That's not bad.
I just wanted to be a murder hobo, and now I got all this other stuff.
Hey, you're kind of an intelligent murder hobo.
I guess so. Yeah, a cultured hobo of murder.
There you go. Cultured, yeah.
Okay.
Now this is just showing how that character, the example character they're going through in the game.
Yeah, I got it.
What I do want to look at talents though, real quickly. Talents. So talent came from
agile, to be determined.
Yeah.
Courageous.
So I guess it is just 2 so far. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, unless it's agile, unless this is no, these are 2 different ones right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. All right, step 9, 2 steps left, finishing touches. Now it's time to add a few finishing touches. Attributes. You can increase 2 of your character's attributes by 1 or increase 1 attribute by 2. I'm going to ask you to raise one of them to at least 13.
That's what I was going to do. My coordination right now, I believe, is 12. So I'm going to raise that to 13 and raise my brawn to 12.
Okay, so only one of them are going to be 13 or higher?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have to look at the ancient bloodline talent on page 17 now.
Sure.
You cannot increase an attribute above 14.
Okay. I got 13 and 12. I'm fine.
Next, add 1 expertise and focus to 3 skills of your choice, including skills your character may not have already improved.
Okay. That's good to know. I mean, you really want to think about that.
Yeah.
Have everything written down and stuff. But off the top of my head, since I have a lot of fingers and a lot of different pies here, I'm gonna double down on melee, ranged, and parry.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Add +2 to expertise and focus into 1 skill and +1 to another as above. I can choose the same ones again. It doesn't say I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can't.
Oh my God. Well, my survival's already at like +5. So I don't need any of that. So,
Oh, no. Stop. It's choose one of these methods.
oh, one of these methods. Okay. Choose
Yeah.
one of these methods. Okay. I'm going to choose the first one then.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can become more well-rounded?
Yeah. Well, for fighting. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. However, you cannot improve any of your character skills by more than +5 total during character creation.
All right. Well, there you go. I got a +5 in survival. That's my highest one.
Additionally, your character cannot have more than 3 skills with a bonus higher than +3.
That could be trouble. I think I have 3 skills at a 5 or a +4.
Okay, that would be a problem. You'll have to divvy them around. I will say that in the character creation side of it, Mutant Chronicles was a little more straightforward.
Yeah.
But
this is a little more like Star Trek Adventures, where at the end you have maximums and you have to take away one here and add other places to make sure you're not hitting over the maximums.
if you did not use the character story table for your cast, as described in step 4, you must agree upon a trait with your game master.
We did that, so we're good.
Or the game master will choose one for you. You can pick 1 additional talent for your character at this time, provided the character meets the talent's prerequisites. Alternately, you can increase an existing talent by an additional rank. You may not pick a fortune talent at this stage.
Okay. What are my talents?
I don't know.
Let me look.
That was chapter 2, remember?
Language. Well, Numidian. Got it. Check.
You may pick an extra language.
Oh, Hyperborean or Hyperborean. Sorry, I did what you did. Hyperborean.
Well, no, it is Hyperborean in this case.
Oh, it is?
Okay. Hyperborea is Russia.
Okay.
Fortune points are an in-game resource representing good luck or fate. Yeah, these are the Chronicle points. Got it. So do you get 2 just like 3? All characters begin each game session with 3 fortune points. And can earn them throughout the course.
Okay.
You may choose to permanently spend 1 point of fortune to increase an attribute by 1, or to increase a single skill's expertise and focus by +2. If you choose to spend the fortune point, then no attribute can exceed 14, and no skill can have its bonus exceed +3, even with the ancient bloodline talent.
Okay, then suck it.
Personal belongings and garments. Your character may have been granted some personal items, piece of equipment. You can roll twice using the first table on page 45. Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, where's 45? Oh, okay, roll twice. Wait. Personal belongings, garments. You can roll twice using the first table on 45. Okay, picking something from each column.
Okay. It still goes to 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You can either have a necklace of animal teeth or bones, or sandals and a tunic befitting a servant.
I want the necklace of bones.
Okay.
Bones are the first knight I slayed.
It's a mouse.
No, it's a knight. It's a human being. I got his finger bones around my neck.
Hey,
I'll never
roll
touch
again.
my mother again. Not with those fingers.
Roll again.
And 19.
A small mummified body part, such as an ear or finger, or
penis.
Naked as modesty will allow you.
Penis.
Okay.
I have the knight's mummified penis that he used to defile my mother. I have it. I look every once in a while and giggle. But you know what? I cannot take credit for that. My mom fighter that she was, bit it off.
Your character may have already been awarded a weapon through one of the character generation types. But one, you got like 4, right?
I got like 4 of them. Yeah, it's great.
But one can never have too many weapons at hand.
Fair enough.
Roll twice using the second table found on 45 to determine a weapon and its provenance description. Okay. Or just pick. No, we're not picking. We're rolling. All right, so you get to roll for two weapons. Go ahead.
Right. We got 10. A war pick. Nice. Really good for poking holes in people.
And roll again.
And natural 20.
So, but no.
Really it's good for punishing people.
No. So you got, wait, what was the first roll?
War pick, 10.
Okay. So war pick that was decorated with polished stones.
Oh, okay. Great.
And did it say you get 2 weapons, or is it 2 rolls or 2 weapons?
I thought it was 2 weapons, but read it again.
Roll twice using a weapon and its provenance. Okay, no, it's one weapon.
All right. So I have a I guess it was bedazzled by a 5-year-old. I don't know. Whatever.
Wow. And let's see, blah blah blah. Optional rule: the weed of sorcery. No, we don't want the weed of sorcery.
No. Magic can suck it.
Final calculations. Here you can determine the remaining aspect of the characters depend on the other. If we don't have a character sheet in front of us, so it doesn't matter. Resolve, vigor, and gold. So vigor is equal to the total of the character's brawn attribute and expertise. Resolve is equal to
resistance skill, which I have a bonus to. I got a +1 to resistance skill.
Okay. So
my brawn is 12, and my expertise and resistance skill is +1, so that's 13.
13. Resolve is equal to the total of the character's willpower attribute and expertise in the discipline skill.
8, and I think +1 for that too, so that's 9.
Okay. And starting gold is equal to the sum of the character's personality attribute and expertise in the society skill.
I get a +1. My personality, I believe, is no, I got a +1 for that, and I got a +2 for that.
See? You are such a jack of all trades.
I got 10 starting gold.
You are the guy that's going to be like the traveling warrior. You're going to be like the Hulk, the 1970s Incredible Hulk.
There you go.
Da 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 da. And damage bonuses. All melee attacks get bonuses from brawn.
Yep.
So what's your brawn?
My brawn is 12. Ooh, I get the +3.
You get 3 combat dice.
Yep.
Nice. And ranged attacks are awareness.
That is 11, I believe.
Okay, so that's +2 combat dice. And mental attacks from personality.
That's going to be 8 or 9. So yeah, it's going to be
9 is +1.
0 or 1.
Okay. All right. So again, we didn't go through this. Oh my God, worrying about every little point here.
No, we didn't. But here's what I got.
It doesn't matter.
Here's what we got. So I grew up on a farm, a dirt farm. I mean, it was poor. It was like, oh, we need you to make potatoes. Potatoes don't grow in rocks. Do it anyway. And so my dad did his best, but the knights got everything. They were basically legalized thuggery. And one day they decided to come to my house and collect taxes. Well, my dad didn't have enough taxes, so one of the knights tried to collect it from my mom, and she bit off his member and tried to kill her. And I cut off his hands. I have his fingers on my finger bones on my necklace. And we buried his body like it never happened. And I left to go and get adventuring experience so I can come back and free my homeland from the evil nobles and their thuggish knights. And in doing so, I learned how to survive on nothing, because you know what? I was a dirt farmer. I farmed dirt. I could literally eat pebbles and gain some kind of magical nutrients from them. That's why I have a +5 to my survival skill. I can survive on anything. And I learned how to fight. I learned how to speak to all kinds of different people. I learned how to listen, very important skill.
Read the winds. Crafty never answered that question, or at least I missed it.
No, I didn't see it either. But and learned how to sense people's vibes. What they're putting down, I can pick up. And my whole goal is vengeance. In the course of Crafty did tell us what that means. It's a personal trait that you choose that allows you to gain fortune points and stuff. If you're actively
I'm talking about the thing where it's like, yeah, whether it's the psychology or reading the winds. You know.
No, he didn't answer that. But one of the traits I have is vengeance, and that is when I'm pursuing my vengeance goal, I get bonuses to, I get if I succeed, I think I get fortune points, stuff like that. So
got some example names for you too from your Border Kingdom.
Oh, really?
You can be Aragon or something very close to it. We have Agron,
Gavril. That sounds good. Guri, shut up. Ilian, nope. Sounds like a faggoty boy. I don't care about that. Ivo, no, that's comics. I don't like that. Corvin, nope. That is from Krull. Don't want that. Ricard sounds too much like Picard. He's too old and feeble now. I don't care about him. Vidian sounds too much like Vivian. Pass. Volko. Nope. That sounds like a drink on Futurama. So I'm going with Gavril.
See, I would go with Corvin. And anybody who follows BattleTech and knows about the Capellan Confederation knows exactly why I did that. If not, look it up. It's called the Corvin Doctrine.
Gavril. That's my name.
All right. What else? Oh God, I zoomed away too far. What else do we have here? That's character creation. Combined random tables. Homeland. Do we have to do this?
No. This is the stuff where it's all combined together in one simple defined area, which should have actually been the whole thing.
All right. Alternate character creation. We don't care. What's this? See, maybe it's saying something bad about me, but Heathen Dog's like, oh, look at porn chicks. I'm like, ooh, look at skulls.
Yeah, it's a little weird. You gotta get your head right, man.
More people chopped up. All right. So there we go. Next week, we'll talk about skills and talents. Yep. I think we're going to talk about... Here, hold on. What do I have here? Skills and talents. And then we'll talk about the rules. And I have a note here saying that when we talk about the rules, we're going to talk about game mastering. So that's it. I wanted to do this one differently. If you remember when we did Mutant Chronicles, we were much more step-by-step. I also have a complete video on how to make the character correctly from beginning to end, exactly the steps. I wanted this one to be a little bit more fluid, and I think we did that.
Yeah.
It also didn't last as long as I thought. I thought this was going to be 2 hours, and I was scared.
Also, you know what? In the background story, my mom ended up being the person I got my strong will and fighting ability from, because my dad is a dirty cuck.
There you go. And somebody pointed out in chat too. I said something like, "Hey, I thought it was going to kind of be meh," but then after seeing the entire life path process, this is why I'm a fan of almost every game that has a life path system. I'm almost universally a fan. Because
actually, the life path system for Mutant Chronicles and this is inferior to the life path system in Star Trek Adventures.
Really,
I like that one better.
Is that the only nice thing you ever said about Star Trek Adventures?
Yep.
Which is fair. I also think it's inferior to Twilight 2000 and Traveler, but I generally tend to like life path systems as long as they have some depth to it. And let's think about this. Had at least 40 pages of depth to it.
Yeah.
So you really can't go wrong.
Life path systems that also can give you minuses.
Yeah.
It adds character.
This game, well, the 2D20 system isn't built around minuses, though.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It's all bonuses or not bonuses.
Yeah. I mean, Traveler, you can die in your life path, so.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, hey, Twilight 2000, I loved it. The old Twilight 2000, I used to love going, okay, let's do it. One more service, I can do it. And I hope I don't lose an eye or a leg. Something like, oh, crap, I suffered a major wound. I'm -3 to everything. That sucks.
All right.
So any comments?
No, this was fine. I mean, as a life path system go, it was pretty succinct. It was pretty straightforward. There were a couple of places where it introduced concepts that weren't explained yet. But to be fair, it either explained them in the next couple of paragraphs or it immediately gave a parenthetical on where you can find it. That's something.
Yeah, you don't have to define it right then and there. You can actually have something. You can use a term before it's actually defined as long as you point to the definition.
Yes, and they did that.
Except for once.
No. The answer was actually in the next couple of paragraphs.
Yeah, still should have said below.
It should have, but it didn't. But in the next couple of paragraphs, it explained the game term they just introduced.
Thank you, weird guy, for the $5, even if you are a bad person. No, but I was wondering if there are any comments in chat.
Oh yeah, there's start. I got
okay,
some
cool.
start comments here.
All right, let me
We'll start with
that
Weird Guy. Do you guys have a review of D&D 1 edition? No, we were talking about that, and no, we do not. Do you want us to? Throw in the comments below. And we got Crafty. Nordheim is a region Hyperborean. Oh, he's talking about the Norse.
Okay.
Nordheim.
Oh, when I said are there Vikings, I was kind of
exactly
partially joking when I asked it, but yeah, cool.
Weird Guy. Facts. That's why Scandinavians are so attractive. They didn't bring back the ugly girls during their Viking raids. Based. Okay, yeah, I get that. Sure. I wouldn't bring back ugly chicks either. You know, keep them being weaker, whereas we become stronger. Crafty, got him. He was good to understand this game. Apparently, my brain works really well with 2D20 games. The traits are elements of your character's background that you evoke in play, potentially regaining spent fortune points. That's the whole vengeance thing I was talking about. That's a character trait that if I invoke it and use it, I can gain back fortune points by following my vengeance trait.
So that's like the was it the Nemesis and whatever the other thing I rolled up in for the Mutant Chronicles character.
Yeah. And Max says, I'm guessing animal handling is a way of life in this world, not just a hobby. Yes, I mean, they're apparently everyone's got to have a skill in it, but I'm really, really good. I'm the whisperer, you know, like if I was a girl, I'd be Snow White. All the animals are like coming to me and I'm singing with them and all that good stuff. As a real insult, Heathen Daw's character will use the mummified member to slap another in the face. Whether the person knows it's a human member or not is left to a mystery. Yes, that's what. Oh, that's a good idea.
He'd tell him.
I tell him. What did you hit me with? You really want to know?
And if the person didn't ask, he'd be like, "Oh, by the way."
By the way, this is the penis of the last guy who messed with me. It's got room on the stick for you.